What is up, true believers? It's Mason here with Comics and Crosses, where we discuss the eternal truths behind our modern mythology. And today I just wanted to come at you with my top 3 picks from New Comic Book Day this week. These are from the books that I pulled, the top 3 in my own opinion. So please comment, let me know what you think, if you agree, if there are some good ones I missed out on. I missed grabbing Strange Adventures, so that one's not going to be present. Who knows if it would have been in the top 3 or not. It's been a good series so far. So, but with that, let's get into it. Okay, so coming in at number 3 this week, I have Robin issue 4. So this has been a cool series. I've enjoyed it. I think Damien's just a fun character. He started off really annoying when he was introduced into comics, but his kind of quirks and his character I think he's become endeared to the comic book fans or Batman fans pretty well. So this comic I liked because it kind of dove a little deeper and gave us some more layers. I think this series is doing that. Of course, it's focused on Damien, but this issue really kind of took him out of his typical attack mode, Damien, and forced him to slow down, to analyze other aspects of working out the mind, of being more conscious, more self-aware, which is certainly something Damien in his youth and bullheadedness seems to lack. So there was a lot of focus on being self-aware, which I think is good, which I think it was cool for this character. And then, cool to see him get out of attack mode, to have to think about his mentality, think about his wrestling with his own self. So that was cool. And then at the end, I think it went somewhere good. Okay, so for my number 2 issue of the week, in my top 3, I'm going to put up Action Comics 1033. I really enjoyed this issue. We got to see some more about these prisoners that came from Warworld. There's some more starting to unravel about this, gosh, I don't even know what they call it, but this kind of crazy rock that came in the ship with them that Atlantis has, and and that other people want, and so there's this crazy thing going on now with Atlantis in the US. Yeah, so this issue I really like. I think from the get-go I really knew I was going to like Philip Kennedy Johnson's run on Superman and Action Comics. It just had you could see some little glimmers of, wow, this could really go some interesting places, and I'm glad that I've stuck with it, because it's really, we're really starting to see some more of that, although it does feel like a bit of a slow burn. But with this issue, we got to learn some more about these slaves who had come from Warworld, about the mentality, about the ideology. And it's very fascinating how we can see how Mongol has used, or Warworld has this sense that puts honor and intertwines it with a sense of slavery. Honestly, being Mason of Comics and Crosses, it makes me think of sin itself. The whole idea of sin is, a lot of people think it's, just God doesn't like fun things or things that are pleasurable, or but quite the opposite. Sin is pleasurable because it takes something good but uses it in a twisted sort of way. So I see that in this whole idea of them making it a thing of honor to actually grow one's chains, and thinking that this state of slavery, that there's something special or profound in it. It's kind of twisted, makes me think of abusive relationships, of things like that. So a really cool picture, and cool to learn more about this. And I know that from interviews with Philip Kennedy Johnson that he really likes to develop his mythology and the things he's writing well beyond what we're actually seeing in the panels. So it's a cool ride. If you're not reading Action Comics, I would check it out. I'd check out what's happening in Superman. If it's for you. Superman's not for everybody, but that's my thought. Okay, and my number 1 issue for this week is going to have to be Something is Killing the Children, issue 18 we're on. Sorry, I'm just looking at it right here. Something is Killing the Children, another dope cover, as we usually have for this series, from Boom Studios, and James Tynion and and crew, and I really, really love this issue. It was, I mean, there's such, I feel like this series with the art and with the script, with the paneling, really it allows itself to have moments, you know, for you to kind of feel the air in the moment, feel the silence in some moments, see the thought processing, what's happening, because it's not too word heavy, but sure, there's a lot of information happening. But there's so much we see visually in this issue. There's so much more of the world that's being opened up to us. We're seeing more of the House of Slaughter, and just seeing the dynamic of how this system, the Order of St. George, really works. And so, solid issue, the visuals, the whole thing. It really felt to me like an episode of a show that you're binge watching, and just one that totally takes you kind of in a different place, different feel, and just really sticks with you and that you love. So it left me on the edge of my seat for the next issue. So Something's Killing the Children, my number one, great series. Tells you a lot about fear. Tells you a lot about what fear can grow into, and how devastating it can be for you and the people around you in your life. I was thinking about fear this morning, so it's kind of funny. I read and loved this book. You know, I heard something. I was actually listening to a sermon, and it talked about how, you know, the guy speaking said that, you know, you're not afraid if say you're afraid of flying, you're not afraid when you're on the ground, right? You know, and a lot of times we make our lives smaller in order to accommodate our fears. And in essence, we make ourselves smaller than we really are meant to be. So there's something very profound about facing your fears. Maybe think about that as you're reading this issue, or reflecting back on it if you read it already. So anyhow, those are my thoughts. Those are my top 3 from this week. And I hope that you enjoyed some of those comics as well. Honorable mention to Superman, Son of Kal-El, #1. It was cool. I felt like I got very little, but, you know, I'm sure the series will be good. You know, I look to see what else is going to come out from this storyline. But anyway, guys, be well, and I will catch you next time. Peace.